Have you ever had a change in your life that affected your life forever? That was my junior year of high school. High school is a time that is supposed to be fun, a time that you are supposed to learn, a time that you are supposed to remember for the rest of your life. I personally did not go through that my freshman year of high school. For me, it was the complete opposite. It was stressful, difficult, and uneasy. You are learning about the world around you, and you are trying to learn about yourself, and you're learning to try to fit in. This is exactly what I went through. During my freshman year of high school, I was the team captain for our volleyball team. At the time, my best friend also wanted to be the captain of the volleyball team. When we had a meeting that announced the captain, she was very upset. This then led to her being angry at me. And in high school, I did not drink and I did not do any of that. And all of the girls on my team did. So my friend at the time then proceeded to tell all of the other girls that I was going to tell on them for drinking. I was not going to do this because I didn't want to break any of my friendships, and I did not want to get the team in trouble so we couldn't play volleyball. It is also none of my business of what happens outside of school and during games. So after she told all of them that I was going to tell the cops on them and the school, they all started to resent me. None of them talked to me anymore. They were writing mean text messages to me. These text messages actually consisted of them telling me that they were going to hurt me, and even as far as they were going to kill me. This just snowballed and snowballed until one day I was in the basement of our school, and I had one of the girls come up to me and corner me in the hallway and started yelling at me, telling me how I am such a horrible person and how dare I do that. I ended up leaving school without telling anyone and walked to my grandparents' house crying because I was so upset and frustrated that they would think I would ever do this to them. This affected my life in a way that I never thought it would. I ended up becoming super sad and depressed, didn't want to leave the house, and I didn't want to see anyone. After a couple months went by, COVID hit. COVID was my lifesaver at that time. Everyone went home and I didn't have to see everyone. I was able to spend time with my family, regroup from the situation, and start becoming who I really wanted to be. My sophomore year of high school, I also stayed online just because my parents thought it would be easier to stay home instead of going back and forth between quarantine and not being in quarantine. After that, my junior year hit. My parents said I had to go back to school in person. At the time, I was super upset with them, but looking back, I'm very happy that they made me do this. I had to decide whether I was going to stay at Iron Mountain or make a switch to a new school like Norway, Kingsford, or North Dickinson. After talking to some teachers and talking around, I ended up making the decision of going to North Dickinson. This ended up being the best switch of my life. After moving to North Dickinson, it was kind of difficult at first, but the teachers and the staff were super helpful. The students were very nice and also helpful and helped me show me around the school while also helping me fit in. They made me feel very welcome. During this year, I finally was able to understand who I wanted to be as a person, and I was able to become that person. I was able to grow and be proud of who I am. After that, I stayed there for my senior year of high school, which I had some of the best experiences of my life. We went to Tennessee as a class. We did overnight parties at the school where we actually had a riding bull, and we had the bus and we did karaoke on the bus. I very much enjoyed it and it was a lot of fun. High school can be very difficult. It can be stressful. and it can be a time that you are not proud of yourself and the situations you are in. This can affect your life forever. When making this big decision of changing schools, it affected my life in the best way possible. I was able to become who I am today, and I'm very proud of that person who is independent, hardworking, kind, and easy to get along with. I'm very thankful for the switch, and I'm very thankful for everyone around me.